Hey, it's Hawk Martha. It's the 8-year anniversary of the very first video I ever posted to the channel, so I'm commemorating that, and I thought just for fun I would talk about said video a little bit. I made this on a laptop that was really not at all powerful enough to run editing software, and I couldn't even play back what I was working on, so I was making it blind essentially, and checking at the end when I would export it if things were even looking right. It was an extremely arduous process, and the laptop would overheat like every half hour or so. That's actually why, if you notice, there's a year plus gap between this video and the next one, and those next videos I actually made at work at a job I had. It wasn't until a little while later that I could get my own equipment and make stuff whenever I wanted. And I really had no idea what the channel was going to be. And when I say no idea, I really mean no idea. I just really wanted to make stuff and be creative, and was trying to figure out how to make that happen. The joke is just that whenever I'd go back to my hometown, which is kind of a small town, it seems like everyone would be excited about whatever band had deigned themselves, whatever low rent musical act had lowered themselves to go there on a tour. I would like looking at the calendar of events for small venues and seeing how are they filling like all these days, and there would be a list of pretty goofy stuff. I'd say like half the jokes in this I feel now are lame and are low-hanging fruit. The one that I regret including is Red Hot Chili Peppers, because it's clear that they are in on their own joke of who they are, and it feels silly to present that as like your own joke when it's already their joke. I kind of was like on the fence about it at the time, but I threw it in there anyway. Partly because changing anything about this video was such a hassle. Yeah, also the part where George Bush fades in over Bush, I don't really understand what the joke is even supposed to be, just the sight of George Bush. It kind of reminded me of early internet, which coincided with Bush's presidency, and a ton of stuff referenced him. I don't know, I was figuring it out. The bluegrass part, I was also at this time just really personally obsessed with the word Bubba. I had this flash of a memory all of a sudden that I, as a kid, had called my stuffed animals my Bubbas, and I took it upon myself to bring that back, and I kind of still use Bubba as a synonym for friend to this day. You know, I'll go ahead and say it. If you're listening to this, you're my Bubba. I don't know. You could be a murderer. If you didn't murder anyone and you're listening to this, you're my Bubba. If I made this now, I would have trimmed it way down. There's a few jokes I still like in it. I like the DJ you work with. I don't know why. I just like the idea of sentencing someone to that. And yeah, so I made this and I just kind of dumped it out and didn't tell anyone I made it. Ever. Even I don't think I've ever talked to anyone about this video or asked what they think about it. It took a long time for me to really grow the confidence to make things on a regular basis and put myself out there. And you know, it's still something I work on to this day. It's a long haul. But yeah, the channel's come a long way from this rinky-dink thing, and I'm glad it's still going. And thanks for watching this or listening to it or whatever, and keep that blood pumping.